Hey guys, MWRix here, and today I'm coming back at you with another episode of building Gettysburg, or building the battle from the American Civil War, Gettysburg. I think that, one of those titles should probably be what this video is titled, so hopefully I am correct. I believe that we are almost at part 10. I know that we're not quite there, but we are getting up there. Which is awesome to see. If you're still sticking around and watching these videos, I deeply appreciate it. I'm continuing to make these videos because you guys have, really received the first parts of this series quite well. So I'm very happy to continue making them, especially if you guys enjoy them. As always, please do remember that if you enjoy any of the content I create, specifically like if it's mock videos like the one I'm showing you, or if it's minifigure review videos, or if it's haul videos, or if it's comparison videos, please let me know in the comments below of my most recent version of that type of video, because then I'll be able to more accurately gauge what you guys as the audience are enjoying. If you guys don't do that, then I'm not entirely sure what you guys are enjoying the most, and that makes it so that I'm just going to create the content that, I can and that I think that I enjoy the most. So if you guys want a little bit more direction over the type of content coming out and you guys want to have a little bit of a say and maybe influence some stuff, definitely do let me know in the comments below so that I can actually take that into account. I can't take into account feedback if you guys aren't leaving that. Just, keep that in the back of your mind. So there's really two big things that I want to accomplish in this update video today. So as you guys might have remembered, if you watched some of the Vietnam War mock series, there have been points where, I've needed kind of help deciding on certain small minifigure choices. And I think that today is one of those days for the Gettysburg mock. So as you can see in front of you, what we have are a 1st Minnesota Volunteer minifigure. As you can see on the left side of the screen, of course, this is Brickmania. And then we have one of TMC's just generic Civil War Union soldiers on the right. So the big question today is about the 1st Minnesota figure's hat. So obviously, if he has this 1st Minnesota hat, I can't really use him for any engagements, just generally any builds that the 1st Minnesota wasn't directly involved in. That detail, it would really irk me, and I'm sure that there are history buffs who are watching this who personally, I think that you guys should be offended if, I'm using that figure, especially in an engagement that he didn't actually participate in. So one of my thoughts was to take off the Brickmania cap and actually replace it with one of the TMC kepis. Now, of course, this does lose kind of the natural shaping that you get from the Brickmania Forge cap, which some people happen to like better. As you can see here, it clearly is a different shape than the regular Lego kepi, but I do think that it makes this figure more usable in a lot more circumstances. Now, of course, you guys might be pointing out that yes, this figure does have, I believe that this is the symbol of the 2nd Corps or Hancock's Corps in the Army of the Potomac. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's correct. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it symbolized. But if someone knows better, you can go ahead and let me know. That's my best guess. So there is still some identifying feature for this figure in terms of what part of the Army of Potomac he might participating in. So that is a detail I can't get around. But I do think that overall the hat, having written the 1st Minnesota on it, was really the big detail that would throw off me from being able to use these figures in any, in a broad range of engagements that I do want to build. So why don't you guys let me know below. Do you think that I should keep using this 1st Minnesota hat, even if it's inaccurate to the battle or the area of the battle that I'm positioning these figures in? Or should I switch some of these Brickmania figs to have the TMC kepi, or even just a regular Lego blue kepi like this one? Here I can put it on just for reference. I could even switch it just to this. I have many of the dark blue kepis. Of course, these are unprinted, but it still does the job. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think I should go with the unprinted Lego one? Do you think I should go with the TMC one? Or do you think I should go with the Brickmania one? I think that they're all viable options, but some of them do constrain me slightly due to the factors that I've listed. So other than that, that's kind of the main portion of the minifig-centric part of this video. Beyond that, there are some small decisions to be made. So I created this preliminary kind of idea of what I might do for a wheat field, but personally, I'm really not a big fan of it. I really hate how these levers look below the pieces of wheat, essentially, what I'm trying to represent them as. If I can get my camera set up right here. Apologies for the background noise. But as you can see, I'm not really a fan of these pieces here. I think that they really detract from the overall look of it, but let me know what you guys think, right? Because this is a good height for a minifigure comparison, as you can see right there. I do think that it would work very well in terms of the height, but it's just that kind of essentially the bottom half of these wheat plants that I think wouldn't really look good. If someone else has a technique to create these wheat plants, go ahead and let me know. I'd be all ears for that. Other than this little test over here, really the only other portion of the actual MOC or build that's been completed is additional filler brick, not blick, laid in the back, as you can see, and then also some of these green plates that are going to top it off. I've also started to do some of the texturing for the slow landscape and sloping up the hill, as you can see. There's still a little bit of the back part of this base plate that needs to be filled, but all in all, it is slowly coming together. I think it is moving a little bit faster than the Vietnam War MOC did, so that's cool. But we shall see how fast we get to the completed stage of this. I think that I'm going to stick to this one base plate for this first portion of the MOC and maybe expand it in the future so that it's more feasible. I think the big reason why the Vietnam War MOC has stalled a little bit is because I just made it a little bit too large. So that's kind of what I'm thinking at this point. Hopefully you guys don't mind me, focusing on the smaller base plate as opposed to, a larger MOC or something like that. But I feel like that's what's best for the MOC heading forwards. Other than that, while you guys take a close-up look at these minifigures, I'll just do my outro. So as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, do all the normal stuff, and I'll catch you next time in the next episode of the Gettysburg MOC series.